Oh yo, I'm Trivial Chris, and today we're going to be talking about how to get legal weed in the UK. Now, just need to start this off by saying that this is an educational video, YouTube. Like, here for educational purposes only. This is like super vital educational information. So YouTube, please don't do anything with this video. This video is okay to be here. So in this video, not only are we going to be going through how you can get legal bud, but we're also going to be going through what legal bud is actually like currently available in the UK, because a lot of stuff has changed. A lot of stuff has changed, especially since I last made a video on this, because I made a video about this probably like 2 years ago. So yeah, that's what we're going to be going through. But before we get into that, we need to have a message from our sponsor of the day, Professor Herb. Yo, these guys are sick. This is literally just like a little pouch of hemp. So, you know, when you roll in your J's, you can literally just get some of this, mix it in there, and then you don't have to be using no tobacco or whatever. So yeah, big love to Professor Herb for sponsoring the video. They specialize in everything hemp, so check them out in the pinned comment down below. So starting this off, legal weed? Weed is legal in the UK? Yes, weed is legal in the UK. Weed has been legal in the UK since 2018. The Home Office like changed some weird thing, and they basically said, yeah, medical cannabis is A-okay. Now you might be hearing that and you might be like, medical cannabis? That's not what I was thinking this video was going to be about. I thought it was going to be like a general thing that like pretty much anyone could get. Like, I thought you had to have cancer to be able to get a medical prescription in the UK. No, like 1/3 of the UK is eligible for a prescription right now, because you don't have to have some crazy serious condition to be able to get medical cannabis. All you have to have is just anything where medical cannabis will kind of benefit that. And when I say that, like, look, let me just go onto my clinic, for example, and show what they treat. So they treat pain, psychiatric treatments, neurological treatments, gastroenterology treatments, cancer treatments, and palliative care. Now, that's not the only things that all clinics cover, but for my clinic, that's what's on their website. And to be honest, that's generally how it is in the UK. It's pretty much anything. Like, you know, we're talking anything from stress, sleep, anxiety, pain, all the way to like really serious stuff like, you know, cancer. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I don't think your condition is bad enough to be able to get medical cannabis. I think that's a very weird thing to tell somebody. Yeah, if you had any of these things, then you are eligible for medical cannabis. So you hear that, you think, damn, I'm definitely covered. I've got one of these things. What do I do now? How do I do this? So what I would actually recommend is there's a website called medbud.wiki, right? And you go over to this website, it has all of the information you could ever want. It has a list of all of the clinics, all of the pharmacies, all of the bud that's available. It has everything. But the main key thing on here is that you go through a list of all of the clinics. Okay, really quickly, I have to pause this because medbud.wiki is down at the moment, and I go on about them a lot in this video, and it is one of the best places to get information from. The only thing is, obviously, where it's down right now, if you really want to look into this as soon as possible, then you can't really. But right now on the screen, there's a big list of all of the clinics that are currently available in the UK. I think that's every single one. Maybe there's a couple that are new that are missing off there, but that's every single clinic. So although you won't be able to check all the flower out until the website's back up, which I feel like the website will probably even be back up by the time I release the video, but just in case it isn't, you can at least look through all of these clinics that are on the screen right now, and then hopefully by later today or tomorrow the website's back up and you'll be able to see everything else. And you can kind of just go through all of them, look at all of the prices, look at what conditions they cover, look at how many previous prescriptions they require, and then work out which clinic works best for you. Now, I know some people might hear that as well and go, what do you mean by previous prescriptions? So yeah, some clinics require 2 previous prescriptions, some of them only require 1, but they definitely will require at least 1. I actually tried to look up for this video which clinics only require 1, but medbud.wiki was actually offline while I'm filming this, so if anyone in the comments can let me know which clinics only require 1 prescription, that'd be sick, because I did hear there are some that only require 1, but for the most part, a lot of them require 2 previous prescriptions. Now, that could have been in the last 5 years, like say for someone like myself, the last time I got a prescription for my condition was like 6-7 years ago, but I've been using cannabis for my medical issue ever since then, so obviously all my medical records still back that up and everything's fine. It's not like you needed to have had a prescription last week to be able to get on a cannabis prescription. So after you found a clinic that works best for you, you found out one that fits your conditions, it fits the previous prescriptions, all of that good jazz, it's the right price for you as well, because depending on your budget might depend on which clinic works best for you. Like say my Medica that I'm going with right now, they actually have quite high initial fees, but after you've been a patient for a year, then there's no fees. So for someone like myself who's already been a patient for a year with another clinic, I'm joining them and then I have no fees. So it makes a lot of sense for me to go with them, but depending on where you're at and what you're doing, it might be best for you to go with somebody else. So that's why I always say, do your research on the clinic, find the clinic that works best for you. But besides the point, let's say you found the clinic that works best for you, what do you do now? So all you have to do is you get your NHS number, you get your GP details, and you send it over to the clinic. You sign up, you wait for them to get all of your summary of care records and everything so they can just check that everything you said is real, and then once they've checked that, you have your interview with them, and that's pretty much it. You'll then be prescribed cannabis. Now, in saying that, once you have your initial consultation with them, I think that then has to go to a board which has to get doubly approved. But once you have that approval, from then on, you're pretty much good. So now the question on everyone's mind is, well, what could I be getting? What legal bud is there in the UK? Now, I will be going through that in just a second, but before I do, I really need to say this, okay? We just dropped a bunch of merchandise. We got grinders, we got rolling trays, and we got lighters available at drewspremium.com. Now, I will say this as well.